Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday family service. We will get started right now. We will have the opening bell. If we can please rise for the entering of the minister. You may be seated. We will now have Zazen.
Good morning. So we're gonna have Zazen for 1 minute. Please put your hand together in gassho and bow. Thank you.
We will now have Sampai, 3 bows to Buddha. all now please rise, and we will have Vandana Tisarana. For those watching from home, if you have the green book, it's on page 17.
Taishoji.
On page 32.
切に及ぼし、我らと主情と皆共に仏道を上善こと。自法三世一世子孫部三母子三母子者滅み。
We will now recite the golden chain. For those at home, it's on page 251. I am a link in Lord Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing, and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that what I do now affects my life and the lives of others. May every link in Lord Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Now we will recite the pledge on the next page 252.
To the Buddha, who promised to be present in his teachings, we pledge our loyalty and devotion. We dedicate our thoughts, words, and deeds to his service and to the way of life he laid down for us. We resolve to follow his example and to have reverence for our religion, respect for our parents and teachers, and love for all forms of life.
Thank you. If we can please rise and we'll sing our gatha Soto Shu Shuka on page 234. Sensei will play the ukulele for us. Thank you, Sensei. You may all be seated. will now have our Dharma message by Reverend Han.
Good morning, everyone. おはようございます。Thank you very much for coming here today, and thank you for watching our live streaming service. So today is the last Sunday of the month. So I'd like to share the Buddhist story with all of you. So today I'd like to share the story about steady friendship of animals. So steady friendship of animals. So once upon a time, so there lived a couple and their two sons on a tree near a big lake in India. So the couple was very affectionate with their sons. And one day, a young man went to the tree and said, "So this is the cry of birds. So there are two birds in the nest. So I want to catch and eat them." The young man made a fire and started to climb the tree. Then the father bird, hearing the sound, thought, "That man wishes to eat our young ones. So I've got to do something to save us from that danger." The father bird flew with all his speed to the place where an osprey, king of birds, lives, and asked the osprey on arrival, "So my dear osprey king, so I need your help. A young man is trying to eat my young sons right now. Please help us." The osprey said, "Why not? I'll be happy to help you out. Let's go to the tree." The osprey accepted it willingly and flew to the young man. Just as the young man climbing the tree had come near to the nest, the osprey dove into the lake, and from his wings and beak, sprinkled water over the burning tree, so that the fire was put out. The young man said, "What a disagreeable bird! So don't disturb my hunting. I'm gonna get them." Next, the young man kindled a fire by rubbing sticks together and made smoke. The smoke rising up annoyed the birds, and the young birds uttered a cry. The young man said, "Good, I'm gonna try to increase the smoke. So by doing so, I can smoke the birds out." So the young man piled wood on fire. But then a huge turtle, who had collected some mud, appeared from the big lake and quenched the flame and lay still. The huge turtle said to the father bird, "So I heard from osprey of your danger. You are my precious friend, so I protect you even at the risk of my life." The osprey and the turtle did not discourage the young man. Still, he never gave up on catching the birds and climbed up the tree again. But next, a lion, king of the beasts, came running toward the young man. Finally, the young man was really surprised and ran away. The lion said to the father bird, I heard from a huge turtle about your danger, so I cannot silently watch when you are in need. The father bird got closer to the osprey, the huge turtle, and the lion, and said thanks to them. I really appreciate your thoughtful behaviors. So thank you very much for saving my birds at the risk of my own life. So after that, the lion said to other animals, so I've simply done a matter of course as a friend. So I hope we will be a friend who believes and helps each other forever. The animal so deepened the bond of friendship and went each to their own place. After that, the mother bird was impressed with their steady friendship and shed tears of gratitude. The father bird realized that to have a good friend is his precious treasure. The end. So quite a story. So did you enjoy my story? So we can learn two things from this story. So number one is by having a good friend, so we can overcome many hardships. So in this story, the osprey, the huge turtle, and the lion were obviously good friends of the father bird. The Buddha said about a good friend that a good friend is the person who is helpful, who is willing to share happiness as well as suffering, who gives good advice, and who has a sympathetic heart. So when you have something good happen, who is glad happy in your company? So when you are sad or you have a hard time, who always supports you? The person who always wishes your happiness and supports you is a good friend or important person that you should cherish. And number two, improve our own behavior for others and build a relationship of trust. So this is the most important thing, so which I'd like you to learn today. If the hot couple always does bad thing, so would the other animals help the hot couple? A little while ago, so I talked about a good friend. It doesn't make sense to just know the importance of a good friend. So we have to consider how we should act to others to be a good friend for others. So if you are a person who help and support others with compassion, so many people will help and support you. So by continuing the effort to help and support others, so you will build a relationship of trust with others and have a steady friendship. But to continue the effort is very important, so because it takes a long time to build up trust, but it only takes a second to destroy it. So let's improve our own behavior for others and build a relationship of trust, so like a hot couple. And finally, all Buddhists cherish the three treasures, so Buddha and Dharma and Sangha. And Sangha means the Buddhist community. So in order to maintain the Buddhist community, we have to trust and support each other, so like Ohana. I'd like to have a steady friendship with all of you and create a great community from now on. So thank you very much.
very much, Sensei. If we can all now please rise for a show meal.